in your bet today on FanDuel
Reality radio
Sportsbook.
done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo! It's the realest on the radio, the party bro, living in the barrio, making everybody go.
Yo!
That was late. Come on, Mari.
I got it, though. I got it.
Yo, welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. That was the lovely and talented Mari.
Hello.
All right. Good morning, Mari.
Good morning.
Yeah, did you have a good weekend?
I did.
Nice. So lie.
Yeah?
Yeah, I made a ton of money.
More money?
A ton of money.
What?
Not even just a little bit of money. I made a ton of money.
What?
Yes, I posted my betting slips on Instagram at Beef Vegan because it was a FanDuel type weekend. I was betting on football all weekend long. I didn't necessarily plan on doing that. I planned on betting some NFL games.
Totally.
But I went to the U of A game this Saturday, and they faced the NAU Lumberjacks.
Huh.
Now, this is a game notoriously that they would put a whooping on the Lumberjacks each and every year, right? I think there was a performance that was 77-13 one year, like that one-sided ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people might know this or might not know this, but I actually went to NAU for a little bit, technically.
Huh.
Yeah, for a couple of years, I was living in Flagstaff, and I never enrolled into NAU, but I would go to the classes every day. You know, I was living with my friends who went to NAU, and I just showed up, and I would take notes, and I would do tests, and I had my backpack. Oh, yeah, for a couple of years.
Wow.
Just to get a free education.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah, it was great. I had NAU girlfriends. It was fantastic. So technically, I'm a lumberjack, right? But, you know, my tax records would never show that.
No.
So I'm there at the game. I didn't dress in U of A Wildcat colors or anything like that because I'm kind of representing my team. And I was wearing dark colors. So I was mourning the inevitable loss at the hands of the U of A Wildcats.
Okay.
So I'm there with friends and family. We're watching the game, and like starting in the second quarter, the NAU Lumberjacks were down 10-0, right? So U of A was up 10-0. And so I whip out my FanDuel app, and I look at the odds there, and it's like 1,200 to 1 or something like that, or plus 1,200 that the NAU Lumberjacks would win the game.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know. There's something about these Wildcats that make me feel like they can't beat the Lumberjacks. They just didn't look good. Even though they were up 10-0, it did not look good from the beginning. So I put a $10 bet on the Lumberjacks to beat the U of A Wildcats, which is unheard of, right? And I did it at the beginning of the second quarter. Shortly after that, NAU scored their first touchdown. It was a pick six, I believe. And then they came back, and the impossible happened.
What?
They won the game.
They won it?
They won. They beat the U of A Wildcats, which I shouldn't actually hit applause on that. I know. Okay. Look. Every now and then, and if you listen to this show, you're a fan of the underdog stories, okay? You root for the underdog. Okay. We are the underdog. This happens, you know, and this was one of those improbable scenarios. And NAU, when they won that game, they celebrated like they won a Super Bowl, and rightfully so, because they beat someone who was beating them consistently for almost 100 years. The last time NAU beat U of A was like 1936.
What? That long ago?
Yes. So that's how crazy it was. So I placed that $10 bet. I win $120 on that.
What?
Yes.
Off $10?
Yes, off of $10. Those are the kind of bets I like.
Yes.
So that was my first thing. Where
that deserves a clap.
Then my FanDuel account right now, I started at $75. I'm up at $530 right now.
Wow.
Yes.
Just off of NFL stuff.
NFL and college football.
Oh, and college,
Yeah, and then the other big win that I won yesterday was at the Cardinals game, as the Cardinals, beat the Vikings, but it was not easy.
No.
And the Vikings should have won that game, but the field goal, or the kicker, missed the last second field goal, which was fantastic. And it's so on par with Vikings. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. And the Cardinals should have lost that game just based off of poor clock management. and at the end of the fourth quarter, and that's on the coach, Cliff, because he does some bonehead things sometimes. So as Cardinal fans, we were all biting our nails like, God, you're going to blow this game. We're up, and there's 2.5 minutes left. We have the ball. And instead of running it to try to run out the clock, you do a bunch of bonehead stuff, and then you give them the ball back with over 2 minutes to play. It was stupid. All right. But anyways, I made a same game parlay on FanDuel, and that's basically you make 3 bets in one, and there's bigger odds on that, right? So it's plus 873. My 3 bets was that DeAndre Hopkins would score a touchdown, and he's the number 1 wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals, and that's almost a guarantee. And of course he did in the first quarter. That the opposing quarterback, Kirk Cousins, would throw under 267 yards.
Specific.
Yeah. Well, just under, and he threw like 250, so it was close, but I got it.
Oh. And
that Christian Kirk would receive for over 50 yards, and he received 67 yards. So those 3 bets made the same game parlay happen, and I made a $35 bet on that, and I got paid $340.
What?
Yes. See what I'm saying?
How do you do this? This is insane.
Yeah, I'm psychic.
I guess so.
Yes. So I got this. I got a ton of money. And again, it's all free money. I'm playing with their money. And I'm just going to see how high I can get up the amount by not putting in a single dollar.
No,
that was
not
my
anymore.
Yeah, that was my $75 bonus just for signing up.
Right.
So I'm just playing with their money.
Right.
It's the best.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You've made a lot of money.
So far, so good.
Yes.
Knock on wood, which is good
wood.
because I got to, subsidize my income. I got to make money somehow, and this is how I'm going to do it.
Right, because this ain't going to pay.
All right, so I'm feeling good, and we have so many things to get to on the show today. I'm very excited. Of course, Mara's here, so that means we're going to do another round of Dirty DMs. We got Cancel Court happening. We're going to do a recap of the Emmys and a whole bunch of other viral nonsense that we have to share with you. Plus, I have a major concert announcement I'm supposed to make here in a little bit. I'm just going to tell you right now. Ghost and Volbeat.
Yeah.
Boom. I'll give you more details on that here soon. And we're going to be giving away tickets for that show, Ghost featuring Volbeat at 7:00 with a game, either the last word or phone sex. I'm trying to toss up which ones I should do. So all that is coming up. Like I said, I'm amped. Boom. And then we're back on the live stream. We are live on the stream. That was our show open for this morning. And thank you for everyone commenting on the stream so far. Yeah. I got to do a little tease here before we get live back on the air because I got to play Evanescence. But I'm here with Mari. Drum's going to be joining us here in just a few because she's doing traffic right now. So she'll be all set up. And it's Monday. And we had a great weekend. So I'm excited about this. All right, 5 seconds. Rock 2.1 KFMA is Beef Vegan Presents, and now we're in a 9:00 hour. Can we talk penis stuff, Mari?
Yes.
Yeah, because I got 2 stories involving the schlong and what can go wrong. And that's going to happen after Evanescence. And I didn't even mean to rhyme just now, but I did it, and I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, that's smooth.
So here are my penis stories after this song. Next on Beef Vegan Presents, it's Rock 2.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. So yeah, that was my tease.
Nice.
Tease and penis stuff all lined up. But yeah, no, it's brutal. So yes, we're going to be doing Dirty DMs this hour. I got to share that clip. Cancel Court we did. We had a great F My Life today and the last word. And those are all videos. Good morning, Manny. And good morning, everybody else. So Mari, this is funny. All through the show, and she was thinking about going home early because she's in pain. I feel bad for Miss Mari. And she injured her back. Tell everyone how you injured your back.
Playing Just Dance way too aggressively.
And this is how you know you're getting old. When you injure yourself playing video games.
I know. And that video game, not even like a cool video game.
Yeah, that's true. It's not the coolest of video games. Just Dance, is it on Wii?
It's on the Switch.
Still. And to hurt yourself doing that is pretty funny. And so like half the show, Mari's been laying flat on the ground and on the side. And then also she hasn't been able to comfortably sit in her chair. So just a little bit ago, she was looking at the video stream and I took this picture. And this is for Rick. and all the creepers on the stream. Just Mari
man.
posted up. And we weren't friends, Mari. And if I was in a relationship and you were in a relationship, that would sure enough seem like an
Your
invitation.
mind is in the gutter.
How does it? I mean, you're in the dog.
I have back pain.
I know. And I feel bad. But at the same time, I couldn't help but giggle, take that picture.
It was a
And,
helpful position. It felt good.
yeah. Now I have to delete that picture or post it on Instagram before I explain to my girlfriend why I
man.
have that picture on my phone. It's like, no, you don't understand. It was just
Her back hurts.
I know her eyes look inviting, but no, she wasn't inviting. It was I mean, you were smiling.
Oh man.
So keep an eye on the Instagram page for that photo. I'll probably put it on my stories.
Yeah,
Well,
stories. Make it delete after 24 hours, please.
yes. But if you give me 24 hours of that, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
And what's Mike saying?
He said, poor Mari, feel better.
Oh,
So sweet.
you know what? He's just sucking up there. Yeah, and then that's a true story of my winnings this weekend. Did anyone else win any money on their betting apps this weekend? If you didn't bet, that's fine too. You know, be responsible. I'm still playing with basically fake money, but I could make real withdrawals on it.
It goes straight to your bank.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah, no, it doesn't go straight to my bank. I could just withdraw it. Yeah, and then it will go straight to my bank when I remember what my password is. But I attempted to like withdraw
You need that.
$100 right there, and I'm like, oh shit. So I'll get to that.
God.
All right, penis stories coming up here in 10 seconds. Yes, I could destroy my life with that, but I'm going to continue to play with the house money is the goal. And I should stress that to people on the air. Like, you want to try to play with the winnings and not keep dipping into your own personal bank account. All right, here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Time for a couple penis stories here to share with you this morning. Since it's 9 o'clock, the kids are at school.
Yeah.
It's time to, talk amongst adults. So first and foremost, I'll start with a do not try this at home story. This is brutal. All right. A teenager, 15-year-old boy in Britain, underwent emergency surgery to remove a USB cable that had become lodged in his urethra.
What?
Yes. Somehow he was able to pull this off. And according to reports, he was triggered by sexual curiosity.
Oh my gosh.
And he wanted the cable to measure his manhood. And then what? The dumbass doesn't know you can measure from the outside?
Yeah. What?
Yeah. I mean, I
That
measure
makes
from,
no sense.
I don't only measure from the base. I go beyond the base. I go from behind. So, I measure up at 14 inches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I go from the B all the way to the tip of the P. Anyways, that's what he said. He was using it to measure his manhood. And apparently that meant putting it inside his urethra for some reason.
Gross. Ow.
Gross, disgusting, painful, all those things and above. But then you're thinking, okay, well, was the mini USB part? Yes and no, because he got both. The mini USB part and also the main USB part that you plug into your computer.
Oh my
Yes.
Lanta.
And on the video stream that we're streaming live here on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page and at Beef Vegan on YouTube is the X-ray picture. Check this out, Mari. He's got everything in there. The whole thing is in there.
That's nuts.
Yes, he's like, oh, it's disgusting and it's gross. And I'm also a little envious. The kid's 15 and he's packing at least, look at all that USB cord in there. That son of a bitch.
Measures well.
Ugh. So yeah, that's the first story. Now I got something more lighthearted in penis news. A Napa company is making wine in penis-shaped bottles.
Cool.
Yeah, I knew you would like that.
I do.
And I know what I'm going to get my girlfriend for this Christmas.
Brilliant.
She loves wine almost as much as she loves penis-shaped things. And my only question now is, if I get you this bottle of wine for Christmas as well, are you going to grab it from the shaft and pour from the tip? You going to pour in a glass or just go straight to your mouth? Try not to get the wine all over your face, but it is hotter if you get it all over your face. Those are the questions that pop into my mind.
Oh man, gutter mind.
Yes. All right. Well, there's your penis stories. We got Drum popping in studio, getting ready for another one, and so much more this hour. And don't forget to check out our live stream because we got some video clips we're going to share on there as well. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away.
Ooh, a text.
Clear. All right, so we're going to get Drum all set up, but if you missed Mari's dirty DMs this morning, you're in luck because I got them for you right now. Check this out. Rock 102.1 presents Mari's dirty DMs. A little creepy this morning, but that's how we like to do it. All right, Mari. So Mari has a Facebook page. Creepers like to message her all the time because she's hot and blonde and has big boobs. These are some of our favorites of the past week. Why don't you hit us off with the first dirty DM here, Mari?
All right, this first one's pretty funny.
Okay, what's that?
Mari's so fine, I'd buy her scratch and sniff calendar.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? That's something that we should actually look into. If that's the case, how many people scratch and sniff where? Like different areas of like the body and everything?
These are dirty DMs. Where do you think?
Oh my God. Yeah, right. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's some
like
freaks out there.
Or my shampoo.
Right.
It's not that.
I know that there's freaks out there that would scratch your armpits though, just to see what those smell like.
Feet.
Ugh.
Probably.
Okay, yeah, you just grossed me out.
Yeah,
okay.
No, it's gross.
All right, what's your next dirty DM?
What up, girl? Do you know why they call my junk the Chinese finger trap?
Oh, okay. Well, this is a good one. What? Why?
Because the more you struggle, the harder it gets.
Oh,
Dark.
that's super rapey, actually.
Yeah,
Not
very
cool.
rapey.
Not cool. Did you block that guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
immediately.
Good call. All right, what else you got in dirty DMs?
Ugh.
And that's a fair warning to everyone out there. If you're going to slide into Mari's inbox, don't make it rapey, okay?
Don't make it rapey. No.
Because you will be blocked and reported.
Yeah.
What else you got here?
This one is what's the difference between you and a pair of glasses?
Oh, okay. I like riddles. What is the difference between you and a pair of glasses?
Glasses seem to sit a little higher on my face.
Okay. I'm sorry, that was smooth. I like that one. Yeah,
Oh,
that's not bad.
yikes.
I mean, if you're like at the Golden Nugget and you use that line, you're taking that lady home. Give me one more dirty DM here, Mari.
Last one of the day is hey, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You ever had 9 inches?
Oh, okay. Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, because I'll give you 3 inches 3 times and call it a day.
That's not smooth on 2 levels. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, why?
1, you're showing your cards that you're not big, and that's not a turn on.
No.
And 2, you're trying to equate math to a woman, and stereotypically, that's not their strong suit. So that's a
I don't
double
like math.
fail.
You're
Right.
You're right there.
Exactly. How long did it take you to figure out what that joke was all about?
Days.
See, had to break out your phone calculator
Yes.
and all this. Bad move, not smooth at all. But excellent dirty DMs. Thank you, Mari. If you want to slide in Mari's inbox, make sure you find her on Facebook. It's at Mari KFMA. When we come back, we're giving away tickets to Ghost and Volbeat. Yes, the very first opportunity to win them before you can buy them this Friday at 10 a.m. That's happening in about 10 minutes right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. Where you at? All right, and then we're back here and congratulations to Michael for winning all the money. You saw that? You saw the comments?
A lot of money.
Yeah, let's say hello to Drum. She's here.
Morning. Hello.
Yeah, rocking that. So good morning, Drum. All right, so there's a couple of things I want to get to here on the stream, and I'm hoping it doesn't mess up the stream. I was supposed to get a new computer. Going on, week 7 of being promised a new computer? It will happen eventually. Eventually. But it hasn't happened yet. But there are a couple things that I want to show you, and I was hoping I could do this next. First, this is sad news. Let's just bang this out right away.
Yeah.
Koalas are going extinct.
That's extremely depressing.
Yeah. This is according to a recent survey of koalas or study. There's only about 30,000 left in Australia.
Oh, do you think it has anything to do with that giant fire?
100%. That
Right.
and so many other things. You know, the building up of society and homes, and of course the wildfire and climate change. But they're at around 30,000 left in the wild, and they were home to at one point they were home to 8 million koalas. So you went from 8 million to 30,000 essentially within this last 100 years. That's not good. So I just want to throw that out there. And speaking of Australia, if you're going to be, all kind of depressed, like anything in Australia can kill you. There's a ton of things that can kill you, and it kills koalas. But here's something in Australia that would freak me out because the wildlife there is crazy.
Is it spider season?
No, they got a bunch of snakes. Have you ever seen a snake orgy?
No.
Well, I'm glad you said that because here you go. Here's a snake orgy. This is a woman in Australia filming essentially a tree snake orgy in her bathroom. She's not like a bathroom she uses, obviously. It's kind of like a storage shed. But she went in there and found a ton of snakes all banging.
Yikes.
Isn't that creepy?
A lot of snakes.
I don't know. Which A or B? Would you want to be in the middle of the snake orgy or spider season?
Oh.
I like spiders.
You like spiders?
I'll go spiders.
Okay. Yeah. You like spiders? I don't know.
I don't mind spiders one bit.
I mean, both of them kind of suck. I wouldn't be down for either one of them. But snake
Hooters.
orgy does sound more fun. I will give that. All right, Manny, I'm seeing Manny's comment, and I saw your Instagram comment. And the answer to that is no, I can't do a betting segment. I'm not that good. I'm getting lucky. I'm definitely on a run. And when it comes to sports betting, you go on these runs. You go on good luck runs and bad luck runs. And I recognize what it is. And I'm trying not to go broke, but I definitely don't want to be in a position where I accidentally give you terrible advice and make you go broke. I will give you this advice, though. This helps. If you follow Justin Spears, who comes on the show every Thursday, if you follow him on Twitter, whatever game Justin Spears is picking, pick the opposite. And you will win money. I mean, honestly, this kid has been on such a losing streak.
Oh, man.
First off, he said the Cardinals were going to lose game 1. And he was wrong about that. Then he was talking about the New York Giants game against the Washington Redskins. This guy convinced me that the Giants had a chance of beating the Redskins. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to make a bet on that game. And if I win that game, then you don't owe me $5 because we bet on the Cardinals game. Mm-hmm. And so I bet on that game. I lost money on that game. I'm like, you son of a bitch. And then the reason why, the deciding factor as to why I bet $10 on NAU for the U of A game was not only because I thought U of A was looking terrible and that NAU had a chance, but the deciding factor was that Spears predicted a blowout. Then U of A was going to win. And since he did that, I was just like, oh, okay. I know for a fact. If you're picking them, they're losing.
I know.
I mean, if you want to hear an alternate perspective, listen to Justin and Ollie on 104.9 FM or 1490 AM.
Well, no, you're saying Allie has
Ollie always offers different perspectives. You can catch their podcasts and stuff. Go to the ESPN website. That's
of course he does.
Cross promotion there.
Yes, I know. I see her trying to get it in. I always say Allie, and I'll tell you why.
Guys.
I'll tell you, okay, they got it, Drum. They got it.
I'm just saying.
No, let's keep them focused on this show.
Lose money.
Well, if they don't want to lose money, they trust me, and then they bet against Spears. But so I always say Allie instead of Ollie. That's because I have friends, Muslim friends named Ali, and they hate it when they're called Ali, like Muhammad Ali. Mm-hmm. And I got to ask Ali if he prefers Ali over Ollie.
He introduced himself as Ollie to me, so.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to keep calling him Ali. So just out of respect to my other Muslim brothers out there and stuff, because they were pissed. I was just like, ooh, my bad. And I was like, but isn't that like a girl's? No, it's not. Oh, yeah. You're right. It's not. But yes, go ahead and listen to Spears' show. But yeah, start following Spears too. Spears is a funny follow. And did you guys see the video of him running to his car to not pay me?
I saw that. As soon as you guys posted it, I was like, they would.
Oh yeah. The best part of that is that, he's wearing basketball shorts and his pants are falling down while he's trying to like break out. It was fantastic. All right, let's get ready for this next segment. But before we do, I do want to share a story with you of an epic quit. This girl was working at Walmart, and I say was because she had enough and she wanted to let everybody know on the way out the door. And it went a little something like this. Check it out. 1 KFMA, only the hardest rock on the radio. That was Sublime. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. And have you ever quit epically? Well, like, what's the most epic way that you quit, Mari?
I don't think I've epically quit at all. I'm pretty tame. Responsible, yes.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Mhm.
You know, well, the reason why I ask is because there's a viral video that's making its rounds of a girl who works at Walmart, or I should say, worked at Walmart, and she had enough. You know, she just had the straw that broke the camel's back. It happened, and then she worked another year after that. And then at some point in time, she's like, you know what? I'm quitting. I'm done with this job, but I'm not just going to go down without a fight, or at least starting a couple fires on my way out the door. So she did what a lot of the employees in big box stores do. She went to the intercom.
Yes.
Yeah. And you could tell, like, she had this planned out. She even wrote out her speech on the way
scripted.
out. Yes. And then read that. And in the video, you could kind of see her shaking, like the adrenaline
Yes.
and the nerves hit. I've been in this situation before. Right. So she's shaking before she even picks up the phone. And she, like, you know, she presses record, takes a deep breath, and then does this.
Attention Walmart shoppers and associates. My name is Beth from Electronics. I've been working at Walmart for almost 5 years, and I can say that everyone here is overworked and underpaid.
Okay. So far, you know, she's just stating her opinions here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The attendant policy is bullshit. We are treated from management and customers poorly every day. Whenever we have a problem with it, we're told that we're replaceable. I'm tired of the constant gaslighting. This company treats their elderly associates like shit. To Jared, our store manager, you're a pervert.
Ooh. No, I mean, we just had the Emmys last night, and a lot of the speeches kind of sound like this, you know? So yeah, she's hitting all her bullet points.
Yep.
So Jared, real quick, you're a pervert.
Yeah, that's a pervert name though.
Yeah. You know, eat fresh. All right.
Yeah.
So
Greta and Kathy, shame on y'all for treating your associates the way you do. I hope you don't speak to your families the way you speak to us.
so far, 3 people burned, and she continues.
Shout out to Cominique, Patty, Chardell, and so many more. Walmart doesn't deserve y'all.
See, so this is like an award speech because she even gave shout outs to her homies. She's like, she burns a couple people, F you, and then Chamonix, you're cool. Exactly.
Manage it and this job. I quit.
Oh, Beth. That was the way that she head out the door. And I wonder if anyone at the time putting things in their cart stopped and said, you know what? I'm not going to buy this stuff today.
Yeah.
The answer is nope. No, they're just like, well, we're not going to Beth's aisle because she's not going to be there. So I'll be in line waiting for her to check me out. But that still was an epic quit.
It was epic.
Yeah. So,
Lengthy.
Huh?
Lengthy.
No, it was only a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it was any longer than that, then I'm sure management would have came in and like cut her off.
True.
But,
True.
you know, I think that's the benefit of being in such a big store. They got to run from across. Plus, Jared was busy. He was already sexually harassing a different employee in the frozen food section. So she knew that. That was a perfect time to do that.
True.
So I'm asking, and I know it's far-fetched, and maybe a lot of you guys haven't had the guts or been pushed to the over the edge like Beth here. Let me stop myself right there. All right. So we got about 20 seconds. I got something else I want to share you, and I'll give you a little tease. Check out this picture.
Oh, contortion.
Yeah. Oh, you like that, huh? You would, Drum. You're such a freak.
It both fascinates me and terrifies me only in horror movies when they have the contortionist.
All right, 3 seconds. Here we go.
go.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Now, Drum, Mari, you guys are both on TikTok, right?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so Drum is because she's a young one. Mari is old enough to injure herself playing video games and not be on TikTok. It's good to know. You still look young though, so that's good. The reason why I bring this up because there's this thing that's going around, all these viral trends. So the viral trend that's going around, you may have seen this, Drum, is hot girls posting a video being like, "What would you do if I came into the room and couldn't tell you no?" Right. And this is basically just like content bait. You throw it out there and then, people comment and then hopefully boost the algorithm of the video to get more of a reach. And it's also, desperately seeking attention. Tell me I'm hot kind of stuff. Well, there's a guy on TikTok who had the perfect response to these videos. And I have it right here. I'm going to give you the example. All right. So check this out.
If you had 24 hours with me and I couldn't say no, what would you do?
Sexual intercourse. That's the answer for all of these. Every single one of you that are, well, if you had 24 hours with me, what would you? Sexual intercourse. Every single time. We don't need to do anymore. All done. You're so hot. Hubba hubba. Want to have sex. That's it. No more. The dude that's like, if I brought you Domino's and I worked at Domino's, what would you do? I'd take the pizza and I'd have sex with you because you're so attractive. The girl, if I worked at Starbucks and I gave you your drink that you paid for, but I looked at you, what would you do? Intercourse. I would take you to the back and have intercourse because I can't resist you. Okay? We're all done. There's no more.
We're all done. Sexual intercourse. That's the answer. That's the answer to all these.
See, the responses I've been seeing are the ones where they like spray like lice on the get away from me.
Yeah. But those are just jokes. It's just, it's sexual intercourse. And it's great. I saw another video. It was a hot little person, woman, right? And she was great. And she walked in and she's like, what would you do if I broke into your house? And I couldn't say no. And then it cut to another guy walking by the hallway with a little child gate and just setting the child gate down in the hallway to prevent the woman from entering the house, which is mean, but hilarious at the same time.
Oh, intercourse, though. So funny.
Yeah. I love the way he said it, too. It was very Rick and Morty-esque. So, it deserves a quick little replay. So ask that question again, hot contorted chick on TikTok.
If you had 24 hours with me and I couldn't say no, what would we do?
Sexual intercourse. That's the answer for all of these. Every single one of you that are, well, if you had 24 hours with me, what would you? Sexual intercourse. Every single time. We don't need to do anymore.
My favorite part is he made a point to mention Domino's Pizza Man. I want to know more about that story.
You freak.
He made it a point to like be like pizza.
No, we know how it ends. Sexual intercourse. That's the answer. All right, coming up next, we got another one with drum. All the news that we missed today on the show, so you don't want to miss it. Stay right here. Rock 102.1 KFMA.
I love that guy.
Hold on. I'm glad that you mentioned the Domino's Pizza guy because I actually have a music video that was in. Do you know I've been in several music videos? Of course I have, right?
Of course. You're beef.
Yeah, I'm beef vegan.
Man of all trades. Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. Jack off of all trades, whatever you want to call it. So yes, the biggest video I've been in was Congos.
Okay, that's
that video has millions and millions of views.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Take It From Me was the single that I was in a video for. I was a chef. But then I was also in a video of my friends Black Bottom Lighters. Black Bottom Lighters band up in Phoenix, Arizona. Yep. And let's see, Black Bottom Lighters.
Mental intercourse.
Mental intercourse. Okay, so this music video.
Mike Dame says glitchy sound.
Oh, glitchy sound. That's because I have a lot of stuff going on here.
I like potato computer. Todd.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's see this music video, beef.
God damn it. Okay, I'm going to show a little bit of the video if you could hear or see any of it. But yes, it does suck. But I'm going to play my part. Okay, so I was a Domino's Pizza guy. Yeah, and I get the girl in the end. It's fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to play that. Here's the stream. All right, hopefully you can see it and you can still hear everything. And finally he goes.
Where are you?
You'll see me. So everyone dies.
Intense. Oh my God, look at you.
Did anybody order pizza?
So beefy.
Yeah.
God damn.
This girl's named Crystal.
She's nice, boo.
You're not impressed, Drum?
I'm just kind of confused.
Why? There's a narrative. You'd have to watch the whole video. The glitch.
Well, she touched your chin, and then all of a sudden she was in your lap.
Yeah. And then we banged.
It's like, yeah, you did, and then it like cut off. So I was like, wait, hold on, wait.
Yeah, no. So I go in there. My lines were, if you will, did anyone order a pizza, extra beef, And then she comes up and gently like strokes my face. And then I go, yeah, you did. And she jumps into my lap. And then we bang with a bunch of dead musicians laying around.
Why are the...
Yeah.
What is the video called? Because now
Nuclear.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll share it on my Facebook page here. This is it's a funny little video. There.
You know, that gives me this isn't a beach, this is a bathtub vibe, if anyone never seen that one.
Yeah. I was heavier back then too.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
This isn't a beach, this is a bathtub.
Yeah. So that was me. Yeah. Start of a 90s porn clip for sure.
Totally.
Yeah. And you know what made it awkward? You want to have a funny, awkward story. So I went over to the house to shoot that. That's at night. And with the band, I brought my girlfriend's daughter with me. So she was like my stepdaughter at the time. And so it was because, you know, me, I'm like a good dad. And she was like, I had her. I don't know where my daughter was at the time. So I had my girlfriend's daughter. She was there. And then she's seeing me like hook up with this hot chick. Now, I didn't really hook up with her. That's the good news or bad news, depending on what side you're rooting for. But yeah, it was good. That girl, Crystal. Ooh, she's still hot. I still follow her on Instagram. And I think she really would have gotten with me too.
Really?
I do. I got
What's
that message.
What's the tea there?
Well, the tea was that I was in a relationship and I'm a faithful guy, you know? So,
Loyalist.
yeah, at the time I wouldn't have got with her unless she got with me and my girlfriend at the same time. And that's how luckily, I mean, at that time, the girlfriend I was dating was into that. But it didn't work out. So. Okay, so now you got all the information. Where to go there? Yeah, extra beefy. Yes.
See, I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter. There was somebody who was like meant to say, not sure who needs to hear this, but they meant to say, I think, tip your delivery drivers, but they put top your delivery drivers.
Man.
All the comments on the thread were like, I just need to become a Domino's worker now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I've delivered
Dirty birdies.
I've delivered food and, you know, I've been in that situation, Uber driver, stuff like that. And believe it or not, I've never been in those sexual situations. Maybe it's just because I wasn't in shape or whatever the case. But, you know, when you are delivering food, every door you knock on as a young man in your 20s, you hope this is the one. I swear to God.
You go doing lingerie.
Yeah. You go up, you little banaka in the mouth and everything. You straighten up your shirt. I'm like, all right, cool. Put some cologne on. Be like, is this the one? Knock, knock, knock. Door opens. Old fat dude. Like, damn it. Not the one. And you go back and you hope for the next one. Next one's the one. And never. I did have a close opportunity when I was working graveyard shifts at a place called Munchies in Flagstaff. Now, I was like the cook there, the short order cook. And this happened at it was maybe 2:30 in the morning. I make this breakfast scramble thing and goes out for delivery. And then a short while later, get a call back from the girl. And the person who's working the register, she answers and she's like, hello. And the girl's a little drunk and she's like, who cooked this food? And then we were thinking it was going to be a complaint. She's like, I want to talk to whoever cooked this food. So she's like, okay. She's like, hey, Brad, you know, someone's on the phone for you, a customer, and just got the food. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello, is everything okay? And she's like, I just want to tell you, this is the best scramble I've ever had. It was so good. And she sounds hot, right? But she also sounds drunk. And she's just calling to tell me how much she loved the food I made for her.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Right. But then I was like, you know what? Why don't you hold on for a second and tell my boss that? Because my boss actually lived upstairs because it was it was like a fast food restaurant that was connected to a nightclub. And then he lived in a loft above it. Very Flagstaff-ish. Yes. So, and he was like nocturnal. He was a weirdo. His name was Scott. So I was like, I'll patch you through to my boss. So I hit up my boss and I was like, you need to talk to this girl. You know, she's giving me a compliment. So I patch it through to him. So Scott's talking to her. And then that's the last I know of it, right? So I go back to work. I'm cleaning things up. Next thing you know, around 3:00 in the morning, this super hot NAU chick walks in.
What?
Right? Yes. And Scott meets her at the door.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then he goes to walk her in the back. And when she's walking in the back, she's giving me the look, like smiling at me, like all like kind of flirtatious. I'm like, what's happening here? And she, like I said, she was smoking hot. And he took her upstairs and he banged her.
What?
And he banged her because of me. Yeah, because I made the scrambled eggs.
And you could have had that.
I could have had
You
that.
passed it on to him.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What a
I
lot.
still regret it to this day.
Did you get a
Huge
raise
loss.
at least?
No. In fact, like he ended up firing me too.
Oh my God.
Not that night, but he ended up rehiring me as well. But still,
Right.
it was one of those opportunities that I'm like, I could have took her into the back and banged her right there. I would have paid for the tax cab or whatever. And just because I made her great eggs, and she was unbelievable. And not only that,
Interesting.
Scott told me the stories of, the kind of freak she was.
Wow.
And it made me even more mad.
I guess you could say your mind was pretty scrambled.
Leave the dad jokes to me, Drum. What is going on with you?
That's good. Really
You've been
good.
hanging out with me too long.
No, I've always been told I must have been a dad in my past life or
You had to have
something.
been. That was good. That was quick.
Yeah. So Rob said you made her huevos, and had his huevos in return.
Yeah.
I know. I still feel like my huevos was better too.
Oh man.
Yeah. Your mom liked that dad joke. All right. You getting ready for the
It's right here.
Good. Okay. We're gonna get another one with Drum. Trying to be on time today. So far the show's been good. That would make the past 3 shows pretty solid.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then ratings come out today, or a trend, and I'll be excited to talk about that tomorrow morning if it goes well.
Good juju, good juju.
And I got a bunch of great messages this weekend. It's been fantastic. In fact, let's see. I do have shout outs. Even so, a guy named Robbie messaged me, and he's a garbage man in Green Valley.
Cool.
Yeah, so he drives around listening to the show, and he's like, I love listening to the show. I would call in if I'm not driving my truck, and I rather listen to static when I'm out of range than the other show that you were on. Yeah, so that was super nice, and I appreciated that. And he likes the last word, so it was good that we did the last word this morning. And then I got another message from Tracy, Dr. Tracy. She's a dentist and a super fan of the Roadrunners, and she just opened a video game store on Speedway. And she listens to the show every morning, and then she also wants to talk about advertising on the show,
Nice.
which is big. Yeah, this is huge for us. I mean, we need all the sponsors and advertisers. It's part of the gig, and considering where the station was and where we're bringing it up as it's going upward.
Yeah, just call me at the front desk and I'll transfer you over to the necessary salespeople.
Oh no, I got this. They got to make sure that I set it up 100%. Like it's 100% because of us.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
works for me.
I don't want someone else just to get a layup and then take all the credit for it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Which is nothing against you, Drum. I'm saying it's got to come from us.
All right,
Yeah.
works for me.
All right, here we go. Let's do another one. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's time for all the news that we missed this morning with Drum. Time for another one. What do you got for us, Drum?
2/3 of people fake laugh at jokes to fit in.
No, oh, yeah. Do you do that?
Yeah.
You do that on the show?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I only fake laugh when someone's talking to me and I didn't capture what they said. So I'm like, damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
And then I laugh.
I've seen you do that. Nervous laugh because there's a misunderstanding. I do that. I'm a victim of that. I don't know. I always want to make people feel good or whatever. And I feel like get along. But I've been in situations where I'm talking to people that are way more educated than me. And they say something that's, I guess a smarty pants joke. And I'm just like, oh, yes. I totally understand what you're saying. When I'm really in my head, I'm like, what are these words they're saying? I don't know. All right. But yeah, so 2/3 of people are fakers when it comes to that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Do you ever find yourself like not laughing when everyone else is laughing because you don't get the joke?
Yeah, I have been there.
You're blonde. No, that happens all the time.
I know my sister's been there. I would make a joke and then she'd just stare at me, and then later, like maybe about like 15-20 minutes later, she'd be like, oh my god, I get it. We just hear it like in the other room. I'm like, yep, there she goes.
It's not because the joke's not funny. It's just because she didn't get it.
It's just because she didn't get it.
Okay. Are you sure you never tell a joke that's not funny?
I mean, I know I probably said jokes people are like, what?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it took me a while to understand the words coming out of your mouth, Drum. There's a generation gap there.
Yeah,
where it's just
in your defense, Beef, your brain cells are still catching up sometimes. I don't know, man.
She's trying to burn my intelligence right now. I was trying to say that we speak different languages, Drum. Okay. Well, enough of the beef burns. Let's move forward. What else you got going on in the news?
Apparently, the pandemic has led to Lunchable shortage.
Oh, no.
Why?
Yeah, why? I don't know.
So parents have been complaining that they're having trouble finding the Lunchables, right?
Mhm.
And they've seen signs that says ingredient and labor constraints and have put the product on allocation until next year.
Sad.
So the parent company, Crafts, said that they're facing difficulties because they've been working fast and furiously to get on track.
Wow.
Pandemic really kind of threw a bunch of companies off.
I
Yeah.
love Lunchables.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love Lunchables? All that processed goodness.
Yeah.
All right, what else going on in the news?
On a serious note, this week marks 18 months since the pandemic lockdown first went into effect. And because of that, here are several other COVID-19 stories that make the rounds. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Break it down.
Cost of preventable COVID-19 hospitalizations among unvaccinated adults was $5.7 billion over the summer.
Oh, wow.
From
Just
June
over the
through
summer,
August.
$5.7 billion is the cost of unvaccinated hospital patients. That's nuts. What else you got?
COVID-19 death rates are exceeding birth rates in Alabama in 2020 alone. That's 64,714 people.
Wow. How many births were there in Alabama that year?
Only 57,641.
So almost another 10,000 people died than they were born in Alabama just from
Ooh.
COVID alone?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Rough.
Okay, what other stats you got?
Sadly, more cops are being killed by COVID-19 than any other cause. This year, that number has been boosted by vaccine hesitancy.
This is nuts too because cops still don't wear masks and they're around the public all the time. So
Wow.
you're saying in this last year that more cops died from COVID-19 than anything else, that car accidents, gunshot wounds, anything.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's just a reminder we're still in the pandemic. Well, that's some sobering facts and stats that you gave us in your news today, Drum. Look at you being all responsible journalist and everything. I'm sure you pissed some people off though. That's
Sorry,
on
guys.
Drum. You could email Drum if you're mad at her. Don't shoot the messenger though. That's just the news. Excellent job. We're going to take a quick break and we'll wrap things up with another beef tip right after this. Clear.
Hopefully no one shoots me.
Nobody's going to shoot you. I said don't shoot the messenger.
That would be really sad and be like, let's see, the crazy things I've seen in my life. 4 dead bodies, kidnapped, shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'll say this. And the reason why I put that together, those stats are, well, first off, they're nonpartisan. They're just straight up
They are
facts.
straight up
They're
facts.
not opinions. They're not opinions. They're just stats. So, as much as some people don't want to hear those stats or facts, those are stats.
Yeah.
And take it up with the people that put those stats together.
What's crazy to me though, is the amount of like babies that were born versus how many people are like dropping like hot potatoes.
Right.
Just like, oh man. But
Well-
on the bright side, it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's an interesting statistic to look at.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a couple reasons why. One, vaccination rates in Alabama, super low. And then 2, the overall health, the obesity rate and things like that in that state is not necessarily great. But the entire country is leaning towards obese and unhealthy. There's just some states that are more so. But yeah, let's switch gears here. Lighten it up with a round of, let's see. We did Dirty DMs. We did not do Cancel Court. Did you check out this week's Cancel Court? Aquafina was on trial because of her accusations about misusing black sand. Cultural appropriation is what they call it. And Aquafina stars in Shang-Chi. Have you seen that yet, Drum?
I haven't, not yet.
Neither have I, but I hear she did great in there. But what I do know of Aquafina is she started out in hip hop and was a comedic actress who was cast in this as the same person, like the same role in all these different movies. They're like, give me the Asian chick that speaks like a black lady. And now it's coming back to haunt her. That's why she's in Cancel Court. Check this out. Rock 102.1 KFMA's Beef Vegan presents, and it's time for another round of Cancel Court. The celebrity in question, you can weigh in on whether or not this person should be canceled by calling us at 600 KFMA. Let's get into it.
Beef Vegan presents Cancel Court.
I got court ID. I'm in. Who's on trial?
All right, I'll be the judge. Mari is the prosecutor. Mari, who is on trial in this week's cancel court?
All right. So are you familiar with Aquafina?
I am familiar with Aquafina. I've not seen Shang-Chi yet, but I know that she's in that movie, and I've actually been a fan of hers for quite some time. I've seen her kind of like rise from this like hip-hop artist / comedian on Wild and Out, and then being in the film like Neighbors.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians. I actually haven't seen it, but I know that she's in it.
It's good.
That's what people say. But yeah, okay. So Aquafina, why is she in cancel court?
Aquafina. So while promoting the movie Shang-Chi, she was asked point blank, like just straight up, about whether she considered her past work appropriation. Because some people accuse her of using a black scent in her movies and whatnot.
It's not even an accusation. It's just fact-accusation.
It is.
She is
kind of fact.
She 100% has always used black scent in those kind of roles and
kind of
character. 100%. Yeah, but also as like a hip hop artist too.
Right. Right.
That is interesting that they bring it up now that she's like kind of moving into that A-list territory and being in Marvel films. And I'm assuming, and I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, but I'm assuming she'll be around the Marvel Universe for quite some time. I think her role is pretty prominent.
Right.
So it's a big deal.
That's a big movie, too.
Yeah.
For future movies.
I actually have audio and video of the question of her, getting this question. And this is her response. Let's hear what Aquafina says when asked about her using black scent in movies.
I'm open to the conversation. I think it, it really is something that I think is a little bit multifaceted and layered. And so, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, you could tell that she was put on the spot there and she went to the straight PR response. What to do. I'm surprised she wasn't like, okay, yo, check this out. My bad. Right? But yeah, okay, so Aquafina, again, former hip-hop artist. She's not doing that anymore. She kind of evolved into this Hollywood starlet, which nobody even saw coming, to be honest with you. She was super funny, but she was being cast several times over as the Asian girl with the black scent.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just her character type.
Yeah, that was her character. And in a way, that was also her. That was how she would, talk. I think she's from New York, if I'm not mistaken, or back east somewhere. And to do that, it wouldn't be the first time you've heard, someone of Asian descent having a black scent in the hip hop community. So the question is, should Aquafina be canceled for using black scent? 600 KFMA. I'm going to say this. I got a verdict already. I don't even need to go to the phones.
Let me hear it.
These films like Crazy Rich Asians, Ocean's 8, Neighbors, Wild and Out, they were casting Aquafina as the Asian girl with the black scent. So that's what they wanted. They kept casting her. It wasn't necessarily like, you have to use black scent in this. They're like, we need someone like Aquafina, someone who has a black scent who's Asian. So if you're going to cancel anybody, cancel the director of Ocean's 8. Cancel Crazy Rich Asians for using it. Cancel any of the roles that casted her. In fact, actually typecasted her. Totally. They typecasted Aquafina as the Asian girl with the black scent.
They did.
So now that she's actually moving away from that,
now they're bringing it up.
They're calling it cultural appropriation. Yep. Her rapping could be considered cultural appropriation. I call it cultural appreciation, honestly.
Right.
When, Aquafina's rapping, or when she was a hip hop artist, she loved the music of hip hop and, would pay respects by emulating it to a certain extent. And it never came off as fake or hokey. And if you start like canceling people for black scent in character, and this is her being a comedic character.
Right.
Then you have to do that with all past movies like Jamie Kennedy and Malibu's Most Wanted.
Right.
Even though that was an obvious satire and character.
Totally.
And I know this by heart because my name is Brad as well. And people have been calling me B-Rad ever since. So F you, Jamie Kennedy. You should be canceled. Fortunately enough for me, he ruined his own career.
He did.
So to sum it up, Aquafina is found not guilty and should not be canceled. And we hope that she has many more, Marvel movies in the future, and still a pretty good response. She's open to the conversation, so at least that's a start.
Yeah, that was a good response for sure.
Yeah, but that's a response that you get taught.
Yeah.
You know, as they're like, hey, as we start going into this, if you're going to cast you in Marvel movies, this might happen. And if they ask you this question, you got to say this. I'll do this again. Say this next time they ask you.
You know, I'm open to the conversation. I think
that's someone like who's butt tightened up a little bit, right? When you ask, you know, you kind of clench.
Yeah. Oh, totally with the
Yeah, you could hear the clenching happen. So there you go. But don't worry, Aquafina. We found you. Yeah, we found you not guilty. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk all things Emmys. There's a lot of cringeworthy moments that we need to share with you, and we'll be doing that after Green Day. Boo, boo, boo. Back on a live stream. What were you guys talking about?
Universal Studios and all sorts of amusement parks and how long the lines can get.
Yeah. Okay. But more ghost tickets all week. So for Jeff.
Yeah, so they go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. is the question you were asking. And I guess another thing that you could know, we're giving away the tickets tomorrow morning around 8 o'clock. So the way that it works is today we gave them away at 7. Tomorrow will be 8. Wednesday will be 7 again. And then 8 on Thursday and then 7 on Friday.
Nice.
So I
8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7.
Yeah, same thing with F My Life. We rotate those. I hesitated on Wednesday though because I got the score report. So I'm trying to
that could vary.
Yeah. But the score report now goes around 6:45 because we're trying to keep it out of the hour that parents are bringing their kids to school. So it gets played at like 6:45 and 8:45. So those are kind of like the safer areas for adults. And then I think Rick, are you on the stream? I think Rick messaged me that he wants to do the score report with his ex-wife.
Yes.
Ooh.
Now, you know, I'm hesitant. I'm like, is it going to be authentic? We'll see. And ex-wife, obviously she thought you were good enough to let you put a ring on it. So that's the one tricky thing. That's the reason why I wouldn't put my girlfriend in the score report for me because she loves me and I give her a 10 a lot of times, but sometimes I give her a 1. But
she's your girlfriend. She's not an ex.
Exactly. So you're not going to get that authentic, real rating as you would with like a one night stand. So essentially, we kind of look for one night stands in this, you know. So
an ex could work though.
An ex could work, you know. And honestly, eventually for sweeps week, I'll go through the score report. We've been doing everyone else on the show, but don't worry, I'm going to do a score report on me. And I'm sure there's a few girls here in town that would not mind giving me a blunt and honest rating. Nope. And that's, whoa.
Ooh, that's scary.
It's a little scary. It's, you know, it's not scary.
They're just there ready to roast beef. Just like, let's go.
That's right.
Now's our time to shine.
Exactly. But I'm prepared for it, right? Because if I'm going to put everyone else underneath the magnifying glass, if you will, then I have to be willing to do it myself, you know? So, and I'm all about it. I'm a team player. So, I mean, Mari's done a score report. Drum has done a score report. We all technically know how they are in bed. And we know, more importantly, how bad or good the guys they hooked up with were in bed. So that's a lot of information there. And so, yeah, it will happen. But we'll see. That's terrifying. Yes, it is terrifying.
Should be like a coming soon, eventually.
Well, the problem is
maybe never.
Coming soon is a problem. No.
Yeah,
thank you. I'm glad you got that joke. Drum just laughed because she was being nice. She didn't get the joke.
You had to bang that one out there for a second.
Yeah, look at you.
You're on fire.
Cheese ball. All right, I got to wrap things up. We got a 1 minute segment, and then we're saying bye to everyone.
Yeah.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's almost time to go, but let me leave you with this. Due to bus driver shortage that's happening all over the country, schools have to get creative when booking their field trips, as one did in the Boston area. A teacher who taught English posted a picture saying that without the school buses, they had to rent a bus, and so they rented a party bus, and that party bus came with real stripper poles included.
Wow.
Yes. And how did this happen? Well, Jim said the school didn't have the driver, so they made arrangements with the charter bus, and he fell through midweek, and they promised the kids a fun day. So they delivered on a fun day. And with that party bus showing up and stripper poles included, those kids had a blast. So it ended up being decent, but parents weren't too happy about that. So my beef tip before we leave you is whenever you rent one of these buses, make sure you wipe down the poles. That's it. I mean, the kids could still play on the poles all day long. It's a good time, but wipe them down first. That's a good tip to know. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, Mari, for joining the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Every Monday, Mari joins the show. Thank you, Drum. You did an excellent job as well.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for listening and watching on the live stream. We'll be back tomorrow with more tickets to give away with Ghost and Volbeat. But till then, enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. I'm getting choked up. I love you guys so much. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.